You win!
You know what's awesome? That feeling when a game from your childhood still gives you goosebumps. Even though many titles are pushing into their 30-year mark, some old games still deliver in ways new ones can't touch. This list counts down 15 classics that haven't lost their spark. They still stun, still entertain, still make you want to keep playing. Twisted Metal. Talking about the first game, which is Twisted Metal, is all about mayhem on wheels. Rolling into a wild tournament hosted by a guy named Calypso, where every competitor drives a souped-up, weapon-loaded vehicle, and pretty much anything goes in the streets of Los Angeles. The goal is to wipe out everyone else and walk away as the last car standing, with Calypso granting that one wish, a total game changer. But there's always a twisted twist in what he delivers. What really makes this game stand out is the lineup of drivers. You've got a psychotic clown in an ice cream van, a creepy ghost in a classic muscle car, and even the Grim Reaper just tearing it up on his bike. The battles are fast, explosions rock the arenas, and the music's all heavy metal fury, pushing the action over the top. For anyone craving pure chaos and unpredictable matches, Twisted Metal delivers the goods, no questions asked. Castlevania Dracula X. It's hard not to get hooked on Castlevania Dracula X, because the game takes the classic monster hunting vibe and cranks it up with brutal platforming and epic boss battles. You jump into Richter Belmont's shoes, charging through gothic castles, dodging Medusa heads, leaping around deadly spike pits, and cracking that legendary whip like it means business. What makes things tricky is how the controls lock you into a jump, no changing direction in mid-air, with monsters and hazards always ready to mess with your timing. Every stage feels packed with secrets, from torch-hidden weapons to food tucked away for a quick health refill. And those secondary weapons like axes and crosses are an absolute lifesaver against tough bosses. Dracula X hammers home that old-school challenge. And for anyone hooked on taking down supernatural baddies with style, the game's mix of haunting visuals and pulse-pounding action totally delivers. Mortal Kombat 3. Something about Mortal Kombat 3 just instantly grabs attention. It's all about flashy battles and super easy fighting moves that keep duels fast and wild. The game lets players pick different characters, each with their own cool punches, kicks, and special moves, so every fight feels fresh. Combos in MK3 mean hitting a few buttons in a row for bonus damage, and the new run button makes fights speedy and more fun. Also, you can do finishing moves called fatalities, along with silly new ones like animalities, where your fighter turns into an animal for the win. Rather than a traditional tournament, the story is about stopping Shao Kahn, who invades Earth with his evil crew. The stages in MK3 are interactive. Knock your rival through a ceiling and you're suddenly battling in a new spot. In the end, it's really just simple, wild fun, and just about anyone can hop in and play. Hexen Beyond Heretic. It is a dark fantasy first-person shooter game where players can pick between three heroes, fighter, mage, or cleric, each with their own style of fighting, weapons, and magic. The fighter is strong and loves close-up action. The mage attacks with spells from far away, and the cleric does a bit of both. The game stands out because you don't just go through levels in a straight line. Instead, Hexen uses hub worlds, letting you travel back and forth between areas to find keys, flip switches, and solve puzzles. Each level is filled with scary monsters, tricky traps, and secrets to discover. Some items, like bombs or shields, work differently for each hero, so trying out each class gives a unique experience. The graphics and sounds create a creepy atmosphere that makes exploration a lot of fun. Hexen's mix of action and puzzles makes it exciting for anyone who likes exploring and battling monsters. Tekken 2. Every fight is a fast-paced clash of wild combos and stylish moves. You choose from loads of unique characters, from martial artists to cyborgs, and start punching, kicking, blocking, and sidestepping as you try to outsmart and outplay your rival. Even newcomers will find it easy to land special attacks since the controls are simple, and each fighter comes with their own slick techniques and chain throws. In my time, Tekken 2 was a daily go-to game for me. As matches get intense, you're unlocking secret characters and cool little ending clips after each victory. The game brings in new tricks, like dodging left and right or reversing attacks, so every showdown in Tekken 2 feels fresh and unpredictable. Whether teaming up for battles or just practicing sick moves in training mode, you're always one punch away from glory. It is pure fighting fun, packed with non-stop action and surprises. Comix Zone. Comix Zone is a cool beat-em-up that looks and feels like a real comic book in motion. You play as Sketch Turner, an artist who gets sucked into his own comic during a lightning storm. Every level is made of comic book panels, so Sketch jumps or fights his way across different scenes, meeting wild mutants and weird traps, drawn by the villain Mortus to stop him. There's a pet rat called Roadkill who helps out by finding secret items, and you can store up to 3 items for fighting or healing. Sometimes you need to break stuff or solve simple puzzles to reach the next panel, but fighting is the main focus, with punches, kicks, and even paper planes made from the comic. Everything happens inside the comic pages. If your health runs out, it's game over. Comix Zone is all action with a fun comic twist and lots of style. Phantasmagoria. If you are into horror games, Phantasmagoria is a game that goes all in with scares right from the start. You play as Adrienne, a writer who moves into a spooky mansion, only to find out the place is filled with dark secrets and creepy ghosts. Exploring the old house, you'll discover unsettling clues, solve simple puzzles, and watch the weirdness get more intense with every chapter. The game's cutscenes use real actors, almost like an interactive horror movie, so every scare feels extra real. As things get scarier, it's up to Adrienne to survive the night, outsmart the evil spirit, and save herself before things go totally wrong. If you're after chills, jump scares, and a haunting story, Phantasmagoria delivers a classic horror adventure that's unforgettable for anyone who likes exploring haunted houses and solving mysteries.
Yeehaw!
Disney's Toy Story. Most of the people were huge fans of the Toy Story movie in their childhood. Just like in the movie, the Toy Story game brings you into a world where toys secretly come alive whenever humans aren't looking. You take control of Woody, Andy's favorite cowboy, and relive classic moments as you dodge trouble, help friends, and race against time to get back to Andy before he moves away. Each level feels like a scene straight from the film, whether it's outsmarting Sid the Toy Destroyer, teaming up with Buzz Lightyear, or sneaking through wild obstacles in Andy's room. Gameplay is all about jumping, swinging, and whipping your way across colourful panels, with lots of fun challenges along the way. The familiar story, friendly characters, and cartoon graphics make it feel like playing inside the movie. If you've ever wondered what it's like to be one of Andy's toys, this game gives you that same adventurous, heartwarming feeling as the film. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Super Mario brings back my inner child and hits me with direct nostalgia every time I start Yoshi's Island. Seriously, the colors and sounds alone feel like stepping into a storybook. Yoshi isn't just a sidekick here, he's the hero, carrying baby Mario across wild, hand-drawn levels full of clever puzzles and silly enemies that still make me smile. Instead of rushing through timed stages, you get to take your time and explore, using Yoshi's flutter jump and egg-throwing tricks to unlock secrets or beat up shy guys and flying birds. The most unforgettable part is saving baby Mario after he floats away in his bubble, which always got my heart racing as a kid. You know, there are giant bosses, goofy transformations, and tons of hidden surprises tucked away in every world. This game is not just about winning. It focuses also on exploring, experimenting, and soaking up that classic Mario feeling that never gets old. Mega Man 7. It is a fun side-scrolling action game where you play as the blue hero, Mega Man, on a mission to stop Dr. Wily and his new group of robot masters after the villain escapes jail again. Each stage is packed with enemies, jumps, and classic platforming challenges. Beating a boss unlocks a new weapon you can use in the next level, keeping things fresh every time. You can acquire helpful upgrades at the shop and even utilize new gadgets with your dog Rush, making each run feel unique. The cool thing about Mega Man 7 is that it introduces new rivals like Bass and his dog Treble, spicing up the story along the way. It's straightforward, colourful, and packed with secrets, so there's always something new to discover. Whether you grew up with Mega Man or are new to the series, this game brings that classic, fast-paced fun that's easy to jump right into. Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest. It is a classic platformer where Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong team up to rescue Donkey Kong after King K. Rool captures him. This time, you explore Crocodile Isle, full of wild levels, from sticky beehives and dark mines to roller coaster rides and dangerous swamps. The game lets you switch between Diddy's quick speed and Dixie's spinning glide to tackle tough jumps and tricky enemies, while every stage is packed with secret bonus areas, hidden barrels, and animal buddies like Rambi the Rhino and Squawks the Parrot, who help out with their unique powers. Throughout each level, you'll collect bananas, grab DK coins, and fight big bosses standing in your way. Environmental effects like rain, fog, and thunderstorms make every world look different. With loads of secrets and fun challenges, Diddy's Kong Quest brings adventure, teamwork, and tons of replay value for any platform fan. NHL 96. After the earlier NHL hits, NHL 96 delivered a huge leap in hockey gaming, packing in everything fans wanted with cool new features and polished gameplay. For the first time, fights were back. You could drop the gloves and go toe-to-toe, which made matches way more intense. The game lets you play complete seasons, single games, playoffs, or even shootout competitions, picking your favorite team or customizing the roster with real stars like Lemieux and Yaga. Gameplay is super smooth and fast, with sharper graphics, slick new moves like the Spinorama, and awesome 3D effects on PC. You can also manage your team, trade players, and switch up lines, adding depth for anyone who likes stats and strategy. With crowd noise, organ sounds, and arena music, the atmosphere feels like real NHL action, and tough AI opponents keep every game a challenge. NHL 96 is classic hockey fun that stood the test of time.
Very impressive, General. The Emperor will be most pleased. Continue with your project.
Certainly, Lord Vader.
Star Wars Dark Forces. When it comes to Star Wars shooters, Dark Forces is the game that really set the standard. Back in the day, a first-person shooter where you play as Kyle Katarn, taking on secret missions for the rebellion against the Empire. Instead of just shooting through simple levels, Dark Forces throws you into big missions with story cutscenes, objectives to complete, and puzzles to figure out along the way. Stuff that was pretty new for games back then. You're blasting stormtroopers with classic blasters, dodging traps, and picking up gear like shields and power-ups to survive tougher levels that look straight out of the Star Wars universe. The game lets you jump, crouch, swim, and even solve multi-step puzzles, which makes the action feel deeper than just run and gun. With hidden secrets, smart enemies, and all those movie sound effects, Dark Forces is a classic adventure for any Star Wars fan who loves action and exploration.
Matchup: The Undertaker versus Yokozuna and Razor Ramon. What's this? Who does he think he is?
WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. It is the type of arcade game that took everything wild and over the top from pro wrestling and Mortal Kombat, then mashed them together for one of the most chaotic wrestling games ever made. You pick from 8 massive WWF superstars, like The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and Razor Ramon, all digitized with their real faces and their own silly special moves. Instead of slow grapples and pinfalls, it's all about mad combos, fireballs, and cartoon attacks. Doink can pull out a giant mallet, and Razor Ramon's arm literally becomes a razor. High-flying uppercuts send opponents across the ring, and each superstar bleeds crazy items like hearts or dumbbells to match their personality. The single-player modes are set up like climbing a ladder or a true gauntlet, while multiplayer lets friends jump into wild tag team or head-to-head action. With the original entrance music, mad voiceovers, and non-stop mayhem, this game is pure old-school wrestling fun at its nuttiest.
And the first thing I saw when I woke up was her face. She said she'd fix my bike. Free. No strings attached.
Full Throttle. Okay, let's move to the last game of our list, which is Full Throttle. This LucasArts adventure throws you onto the open road as Ben Throttle, the tough biker leader of the Polecats gang, caught up in a wild story packed with betrayal and high-speed action sequences. The game blends classic point-and-click puzzle solving with wild moments, like fighting rival bikers and demolition derby chaos, putting you right into this gritty, motorcycle-filled world. What sets Full Throttle apart is its streamlined gameplay, awesome voice acting, and rock soundtrack that totally fits the biker vibe. The story moves fast as Ben has to clear his name and protect his crew. Most puzzles are simple enough to keep things exciting and not slow down the action. With a world full of memorable characters and clever humour, Full Throttle is the perfect send-off for any classic gaming marathon. and a must-play for fans who love adventure, bikes, and cool stories. When life gets too complicated, nothing beats firing up a retro game and zoning out to those simple, pixel-perfect adventures. These games from 30 years ago still bring out the best vibes, reminding us that sometimes less really is more. No microtransactions, no updates, just timeless fun that seriously never gets old. That's why these legends will always have a place on anyone's list of must-play classics.
This is an unfortunate setback. The force is strong with Catan,